Hello everybody, welcome back to the Miracle Perspective, and this is the TMP Q&A Wednesday where you ask and I perspectivize. If you're new to the channel, this is where you send me questions through WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever social media platform where I'm available. You send me questions that you want me to cover on the TMP channel. And today we've got a question that I got through Facebook. And by the way, if you're new to the channel, please remember to click the subscribe button only if you enjoy the topic and the content that you get from the channel. Do me a favor and subscribe real quickly. Also like and comment. Today's question is a problematic one. It comes from this lady on Facebook who says, I need some kind of advice about my life. I'm just 21, but already my life is complicated. Can you help me? And I'm like, how can I help you? She's like, I'm confused. I don't know who I am anymore. I'm like, I think I get you, but not fully. How would you like to help? How would you like me to help you? She's like, I always fall in love with married men and not intentionally. So I wanted to get some more information so that we get a clear background of what's happening here. So I went on and said, okay, how is this affecting you? She's like, I'm still young. I need someone who will be serious about me, who will love me and only me. And then I'm like, are the younger ones not approaching you? Why are you attracted to the married man? And she's like, the younger ones only want to have sex with me. And then I'm like, and what do the married ones want? She's like, most of them give me the love I want. And how does it usually end? That's me asking. How does it usually end? And how does the love you want look like? She's like, the wife finds out. I want someone whom I will call mine, who will love me for who I am, who will treat me like I'm the only girl alive, who will respect me and see the worth of having me in his life, someone who will value me. Then I asked this question. I'm like, do you have a father? Then she's like, he abandoned us when I was 5 years old. I'll end it right there. And the reason I was asking these questions, I'll tell you why. But I got a comment. So it was a problematic one because I've got like 4 questions that I got for the TMP Q&A Wednesday. And I put it out for people to choose. And this is the one that got most votes for today. So Deron said, she gave me her views and she said, let me quickly find the views. She's like, okay, Deron was like option 1 because people get to judge a lot without understanding what the person goes through. Because in Hlamba, to date a married man, in Hlamba is like, it's to Hlamba, it's like to bath. So it's like in Hlamba, it's to bath. I'm joking, man. Hlamba is like an insult. It's an insult to date a married man. That's what she said. And then she's like, to date a married man. And I'm sure at some point the girl regrets. But also, what does she aim to achieve? Because if it is a long-term relationship, she must just keep on dreaming. And how does she feel about cheating? Because she is promoting a worse behavior. So that was Store. And other people just gave me votes. They didn't give me opinions on the matter. So I'm just going to attack this issue very quickly and I'm just going to deal with the perspective. I'm dealing with the mindset and the psychology behind everything and to help you just find a decision for yourself. Because remember, I do not give advice. I just give perspective and then you decide what you want to do with the perspective I give. So first of all, I think it's important we cover this element. Every action is judged by the intention from which it proceeds. Meaning, why do you do what you do? That's the first thing, and that's the most important thing. Whatever you do in life, every action is judged by the intent from which it proceeds. Meaning, what is the motivation behind what you're doing? Where do you get the motivation to do what you are doing? That's the very most important thing. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I asked the question of, why does she date older men? And are the younger ones not approaching? And you find to find that the younger ones are approaching, but they want the wrong thing. They want something she doesn't want. So she gets what she wants from older men. But what we have to understand is, why does she want what she wants? And what she says is, she wants someone who's going to love her fully and love her only and give her the love that she wants. Then the reason why I asked the issue of does she have a father, it's because most times in the society that we're living in, more especially to a woman, women end up going, because you didn't have the lack of a father figure, makes you have this void that nobody can feel. And to try and cover up for that void, women find it easier to get attracted to older men or married men, because it sort of like gives them that feeling that they've never had from a father figure. And it's a dilemma and it's a conundrum that we find ourselves in today, because not many of us have come from backgrounds where we have father figures, and that's a problematic issue. And that's why we see what we see today, the issue of blessers, the issue of everything. I mean, there are other things that make what we see today, that make the issue of blessers very prominent in our times. But what I'm trying to say here is that the lack of a father figure makes someone find an older man who will take care of her like a father that she never had. So that is a problematic thing. And it's something that one needs to go within themselves and ask themselves, what was the psychological impact that was caused by not having a father? And that comes to you now, my lady, because I sympathize with you. I understand what you're facing is a very difficult issue. It's not easy to just pull away, because you find something that you never found. And that's why you don't relate well with people of your age or people of your age group, because they're not giving you what you want. And I'm sure from this married man, you find someone who takes care of you like they're taking care of their daughter. They're someone that they love dearly, and you find that love appealing. It's sort of like an anchor to your life. So it's quite sad. But as sad as it is, you need to realize that what you're doing, it's trying to coat the problem. You're trying to coat the problem by finding a quick fix solution. Because dating an older man or someone who's married is not fixing the inner problem. At the end of the day, as you say, the wife eventually finds out, and it becomes a bigger problem. A bigger problem that if you had tried to deal with the issue of the void that you have in your heart, try to deal with it. I don't know the best ways of dealing with it, but I think talking to someone who can help you professionally is something that you must do. And watch the fix. Go and follow the fix with Righteous, because she deals a lot with emotional issues and spiritual issues. It might also be a spiritual element that you need to deal with, but it's something that you need to first go within yourself and ask yourself, why do I find older men appealing? Why do I find married men appealing? Because this is a person, I don't know, man, but I guess married men just seem more appealing because they seem more stable, they seem more responsible than younger men. So, but the point is, it's a quick fix solution. Try to find a better way of fixing it, and that will start with you letting go. You need to let go. One of the ways that can help you in letting go is actually developing some standards. And I'll tell you why I mean what I mean by this. Men respect women with standards. And that's the truth. Men respect women who have standards. Women, more especially women who can actually meet their own standards. I once did a video last year on this particular topic, and I said, as a woman, have standards that you also can meet first. You can't expect someone to meet standards that you also don't know how to meet, because it's new. Whatever someone does, you get impressed. You don't know what it means because you don't know how to meet it for yourself. So have standards that you, even in your mind, you think about it and you think this is achievable. This is something that I can do. Meaning, if the ideal man, you want someone who loves you the way you are. Someone who loves you the way you are will only love you the way you love yourself. So the question is, do you love yourself the way you think you are? Do you even know yourself? Do you even know what you have to offer? Do you know what it is to love about you? Because that's the biggest thing here. You need to understand, what is it about me that's lovable? What is it about me that actually would make someone want to be with me? Because if you don't have those standards, then anything that comes and looks good, you'll fall for it. You can't keep falling for everyone, because if you keep falling for everyone, then you simply don't have standards or guiding principles for your life. So you need to have standards that will sort of guide you and will show you that this is what I want. This is not what I want. When you have standards, men respect you because they can't just play with you. Men play with people that they see that here it's weak. There's no principles. There are no values about their own lives. So we look at you and we're like, here I can play easily. Here's a practical example. Actually, it's not only men. This is people in general. Here's a practical example. Have you ever seen someone who looks quite serious? This person looks serious from a distance, and you have to meet this person. What is your first, how do you interact with that person? What is your first interaction with this person? It's respectful. It's more submissive. You don't just go out and papella this person. You get what I mean? But if a person is jolly and is fun, looks fun and bubbly from a distance, you go to that person and you will also come in that attitude and energy. Same thing applies in relationships. I look at you and I realize, this girl is quite cheap. Then I will go cheaply towards you. Even what I speak to you about will be cheap. But I will look at you from a distance if I see that this girl is really a girl who knows herself. I'll think twice about coming to you. It won't be easy. It's difficult for men. And this is the truth. This is just how men are. We'll look at you and the standard you have like this respect thing going on about you. And that is not necessarily something that you say. Because everybody can say, I have standards. Everybody can say, I want men who will love me. Everybody can say all that. But the issue is what we see. What we see is what we get. So what are you showing? You get what I mean? So, yeah. Every action is judged by the intention from which it proceeds. And I believe that this time around, your action is judged by the fact that you didn't have a father. You need to go back and look into that. Unfortunately, you didn't have a father and it's nothing of your own doing. You couldn't have controlled that situations. There's nothing to beat yourself about when it comes to this. But what at least you can do is to make sure that you don't do this behavior that will make you end up in a situation where you become a single mother and then the cycle continues with your child. Because if your child is born a child is born without a father, the same thing is going to happen. Just the same thing you experienced will go down to your children. So you don't want to do that. At least cut the cycle. You don't want to continue with the cycle. You want to cut it down and build a new generation that has fathers so that they don't have to experience what you're experiencing. Now you're not doing what you do for yourself. You're doing what you do for your children. So at least at the back of your mind, think about your children. Right? And with that in mind, start thinking, what standards should I have? What values should I build for myself? What is the kind of woman that I want to be? Because stop, and here's not an advice, but a suggestion or a recommendation is just leave this dating thing for a while. Leave this dating thing for a while. Ask yourself, why should you be in a relationship to begin with? Is it really important? What is it that you are missing? If you decide to let go and not be in a relationship, what is it that you're missing? What's the void? And deal with that. You see, if you can't deal with yourself alone, then you're a problematic person for the next person. So try and deal with yourself. Don't be desperate for love. Don't be desperate for being in a relationship. Don't let peer pressure pull you down. Don't follow all these things. I mean, You're still young, 21, you still have some time to fix yourself and become the best version of yourself so that when the man and the real deal comes and sees you, they say, I can't let go, I can't miss this opportunity. So yeah, try and prepare yourself and have the standards and prepare yourself for that ideal man that you want to have for yourself. I hope this helps. If you like this, do subscribe. If you don't like this, do thumbs down. If you like this, thumbs up. Comment below. See you next week. We're going to cover the next topics. I've got about three more questions for the upcoming weeks. So stay tuned for the next episode of The Miracle Perspective. It's finished.